So thanks for joining me. I'm Mark at UK Angling, and luckily this week we've been able to access the Alcove syndicate based near Biggleswade with Dave, who runs the syndicate. But basically it's a beautiful landscape. There's around 40 pegs to be made. We've also got on-site toilets. We've also got a good head of carp. The average carp in here, what would you say, Dave, is around?
The average is about 15 to 17, believe it or not.
Yeah, 15 to 17. But also there's a lot of ghosties there. And Carl, who fishes for us as well, he's experienced that this weekend. He's the nice 20-pound ghostie, which you'll see as we go through the video. So, Dave, the pit, was it 30 years old?
It's actually technically 27 years old, okay. And it was a gravel pit. And it was literally no grass, nothing. This was pure gravel, not a tree, bush, anything.
But I've noticed you've got a lot of willows in that around there, haven't you? You've planted up. There's a good bit of access coming to it, isn't it, now, as well? Yeah. We've got secure parking, which is also...
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of gates going up in the next week or so.
So what I've noticed about, like, when you walk around, Dave, is each peg seems to have a nice clean bank to cast to. Yeah. As well, so you're not actually, in some of these syndicates you go to, there'll be very much a pond where you've got about 30-40 swims congregated around nice and tight, and everyone's casting over everybody, which obviously when you're trying to bait up as an angler, it becomes very annoying, frustrating that you'll spend all week baiting a swim and someone comes sit in it. With the syndicate at the Alcove, you've not got that. What you've got is nice clean features to cast up against to, which produce results. If we start talking about the fish that's in it, I mean, I've spoke to a few of the guys walking around, Dave, that they've said there's been pike 15-pound plus.
Yep.
There's a lot of ghosties in here over 20.
There is a lot of ghosties over 20. I mean, the biggest ghostie I know to come out is 27 at the moment.
That's a good size. I mean, I keep going back to carp, but it's nice. I think it's just over 20 pound. It's the cleanest, the most linear carp you'd ever seen for a ghostie. So I can't wait to get that shown. But in regards to the future developments of the lake, Dave, what are you thinking? I mean, I've seen some of the swims now you've started working on. You've got a nice barrier of sleepers around it. We've got a nice wood chip base. It's nice and level. Is that going to be every peg?
Yep. Every peg. We want it so that people can come, be very comfortable. We're also trying to keep it in keeping, as opposed to sticking pallets down or concrete. We want it to look as natural as possible.
Keep the features element.
Keep the features, yeah.
It's still part of the fishing, really.
For sure.
But what I've noticed as well, just spending a few days down there, the other anglers just been popping by having a chat. They're so sociable. It's not one of these close-knit syndicates where everyone all hides in a bivvy, no one talks. I mean, there's been 8 of us here today. Over the weekend, and we've been treated to tea. We've had guys popping by saying to us, you need to fish like this, giving us advice. And this is probably the most friendliest lake I've ever been to in sort of the 20 years of fishing. I've never been to a lake where people actually will come and show you. One guy gave me his bait, said to me, try this will work better for you. Well, I said it's a very social community feel about the lake, which I like. And one point I can't help but stress is it's the toilets. Oh, hallelujah. I mean, honestly. We've got, not only have we just got toilets for the fishermen, anglers to use, so we've got none of this toilet pooing in bushes and etc. We've got a women's toilet, a toilet specifically for women that no men are allowed to use, which I think will make I mean, my daughter, she's only 9, absolutely love the idea of that. Yeah. But like I say, Dave, it's been a pleasure down here.
It's been a pleasure to have you guys.
You know, it's the friendliest lake. So the easiest way to find the lake, because it's where you're not on the maps very clear at the moment, the easiest way to find it is to come off the...
To come off the A1, the Sainsbury's roundabout it's known as, in Biggleswade. Do a left to Gin Growers. You do a left again, go past the village of Broome, and then left again at the tarmac entrance.
And once you found it, you'll always know where it is. So can I just quickly touch on a thing, Dave? Is your experience, because you've got a partner, is Sean. Sean's your partner. So what you've run a few lakes previously, haven't you?
Yeah.
And which ones were they?
It was called the Secret Lake, which literally was a secret lake. Even to now, people don't even know it's there. Live in the area.
All right. So it's you've got a few special tricks up your sleeve, Dave, to turn us into a great syndicate.
Yeah, I mean, my goal is I've been to a lot of places, club waters, etc., and I found it very cliquey. People just don't want to socialise. Fishing's all about. It's catching fish, obviously, but it's also about socialising. I mean, you wouldn't go to the pub with your friends and sit in the corner and not talk.
No.
And when we take people on, we pick and choose, which sounds a bit, some people's eyes, wrong, but you've got to have people that want to fit in, and it's a knock-on effect. If everybody's nice to everybody and we're all social, I mean, if you get a problem with a fish and you get snagged up, there's always someone. You know that straight away there's someone to help you.
Well, so I don't do I do carp fish, but even being down here, I mean, I've never really had a cradle. Guys are offering me cradles. We can lend you this, we can lend you that, and I don't even know these people. So I mean, if some of the waters in Milton Keynes where I come from, you're never getting that. No, you're never getting that. I've tried to speak to people in some of my videos at Milton Keynes, they've just blanked me.
Yeah.
If you that's right. But also another quick thing I want to touch on is it AGMs that you do? You're talking about your social events you want to do. You put some little barbecues and.
Well, what our aim is, like again, we do emphasise as a social water, so that wives can come down, and we're going to have a building specifically as a social area, where it's just going to have a log burner. Some photos of the fish in there to sort of spur you on when you're not feeling too chipper, and then once a year as a club we're going to have an AGM, an annual meeting, and discuss as much what we want as what the guys want.
So it's very much a community feel. It's not just the fact that obviously your lake, it's not your lake your way, it's your lake everyone's way.
Yeah,
so everyone can have to put in to try and help to get it the best way possible.
I mean, the amount of good ideas we've got from AGMs in the past and the other lakes, you know, I wouldn't even have thought of. And it's then we're planning some carp matches on a friendly basis, which is normally a 48-hour match. Big barbecue in the middle of it for a bit of a social banter. Back fishing again. We want at least one charity match, which is close to my heart, of cancer research.
No, yeah, definitely, 100%.
And then sort of pipe match, and then just social events, stuff like that.
And I think this lake's going to naturally grow and develop as it is anyway, to be fair. I mean, it's just got, the thing is, there'll be some photos and some videos just walking around, but it's got so much just natural beauty, this lake.
Yeah, I mean, you're sitting here, last night I was sitting over the back side and I was watching muntjac barking and
you could hear them all night.
Yeah, and snowy owls, you've got kestrels, kites, kingfishers. I think about pretty much every bit of wildlife you can get is all chucked into one area.
I mean, we love it. I mean, so I think 8 of us come down. We've all caught, except for me at the moment. I've still got a couple of hours yet.
Yeah, that's going to happen. Trust me, it happens.
I've been trying to christen these rods for a year.
Oh, no.
But I'm the one that's not really cool. But everyone's had. We've had 13s and 14s. We've had ghosts. We had pretty much cleaning little baby leather. Nice. My son's been down there roach fishing, one a shark, perch fishing. We had John come down. I think we've got a short video of him catching the bream. So we've got a few pictures of that. But I think the general ethos of the whole lake is just a very calm, tranquil lake. Everyone gets on. There's no attitude. To be honest, you feel comfortable leaving your fishing gear here and going home.
Oh, for sure. I mean, a lot of lads say, they usually do. They'll say, "Oh, I've got to nip back to do something. Can you just keep an eye on the gear?" And they know that there won't even be a hook missing. You know, because we all look out for each other, and I think that's the future of fishing. Because a lot of lakes you go to now, I mean, like we were just saying about earlier, a perimeter thing where you put this around your bivvy so that if anyone enters, it sets an alarm off.
I mean, that's sad times really to alarm yourself in your swim to make sure you don't get robbed when you're asleep.
Yeah, it's insane. So if you work as a community and we all chip together, one, it's going to make for a beautiful lake to be on, and two, you turn up and you've always got a friend. You've always got someone to fish with.
Well, that's a place like this. If you turn up on your own and you needed a hand with landing the fish, well, I mean, I know now. I've only been down here for like a few days, but I could walk around the lake. I could speak to any angler and say, "Look, I've run out of herring. Does anyone get a herring?" They can lend me, and they'll easily give me.
Without a doubt.
But one of the guys with us said, "I was a shop 0.4 miles from here. Do you want me to go and get you anything from the shop?" And I'm like, "I'm all right, really." But it's the things like that make a big difference. But like I say, the alcove syndicate is honestly, it's a shame we're down here in sort of end of October time, and it still looks beautiful now. So in the summer, it must have really flourished down there.
Mate, it's unbelievable. I mean, we have got other bonuses as well, because on the website and our close page, just for the members, we've got discounts in the local farm shop for your food, you know, like bacon, sausages, if you forgot it.
Or Michael comes down and cooks them on the bank.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a couple of members who've got businesses like Top Notch Tackle, and Carp Couture is going to give us discount on clothing for everybody.
Well, that's good. So if you're a member, then obviously
you get a lot of benefits.
So it's not just the fact you're getting it. So basically, I mean, what are we looking at for the year? We got a price.
It's £200 for a year.
So not only are you getting basically a private lake with no riffraff, and you've got a new community of friends basically, where
Yeah.
you can have obviously socials. You've got toilets, you've got secure parking. You're actually welcome to bring your family to bivvy up, because the swims are, a lot of these swims are very big. I mean, I've got a 2-man bivvy up with my wife and my 2 children, and it's plenty of space.
Right, yeah.
I don't know, but then also you get discount on your clothing, you get discounts on your baits. So basically, it's a one-stop shop. You've not got to just get your ticket, and then everything goes from there.
Yeah, no, we're working deals with all sorts of companies. Mad Baits has produced well for us.
Yeah, they've come down a couple of times.
And we're buying bait off for them at a real good discount. I don't make any money out of it. What they can pay the actual people themselves, you know. It's just to help everybody out. Really.
Yeah, it's not what we call a selfish syndicate.
No.
It's not about making hundreds and hundreds of pounds and everyone just gets shoved in the corner and do what you want. You very much, because you've been around. You always walk around the lake every other night, don't you? You're around
I'm around here twice a day, every day. Just keeping an eye on it, just chatting with people, because I like to find out what's going on.
You've got your rule with your tea.
Yeah, everybody that joins must have a mug, tea bags, milk and sugar, otherwise they can go home. My nickname's Tetley, so they all know now. I walk around, I have about 10 cups of tea on the
I know, it's good for you got the Portaloos, I'll tell you that. But I say, Dave, at the end of the day, so basically the best way to get in contact with you guys to get a syndicate ticket is through your Facebook page.
Yep.
Speak to Michael.
Or the website.
Or you've got a website now, isn't it, as well? So that's it. So really, that's just a short message with Dave here at the Alcove. Like I say, it's a stunning fish. I can't help say how beautiful it is. I mean, I've fished a lot of places around the area, and the commercial lakes are very much a bowl. You know, it's a bowl with, like I said before, just pallets and pegs, and you're 4 inches away from someone else, and it's always a bit aggro. But here, you can find yourself a nice little area you can tuck yourself into. The toilet's not far away, the parking's never far away, and there's plenty of space for people that probably have disabilities, like to get to.
We are building disabled swims.
Yes, we've got disabled. Yes, I mean, so we've got disabled swims. You've got again good sized fish in here, regular bites. I mean, there's not much more you can ask for, really.
I mean, the fish go just short of, well, literally just short of 30 pounds, but they're going to grow rapidly because of the program we've got in plan, which is sort of bringing the biomass down of the fish, so they get big.
Things like that. That's all you know that's in here. I mean, I've spoke to.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I've spoke to a few local anglers walking around, and they're convinced there's a few over 30s, and they're easy.
Oh, easy, yeah. I mean, we've only had it 5 weeks, and I don't lie to people. I go on what's been come out. I mean, 2812 is the biggest that's come out, but there's been a 28 common and a 2812 mirror. So, I mean, we've all lost fish that everybody reckons is bigger, but until they're on the bank,
you can't confirm.
It's not confirmed.
So come back in a year's time, and we'll know.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. We all know a bit more. I don't know, but
no,
yeah.
but I say honestly, Dave, we're so grateful you let us all come. I mean, you let 8 of us come down there, and you've treated us like. I mean, to have Michael sat there. I'll do a video of him later on. Michael sat there. He's made tea. He woke us up with bacon rolls. He's the nicest gentleman you'll ever meet. And I'll tell you something. He's an asset. I think an asset to the lake. And you'll always see 100%. Him. You always see him down here.
Always.
And you know what? The guy went to me. You got any spod? And I didn't have much spod. He goes to me. There's a bucket full.
He purposely brought a whole 5 kilos of spod to make sure that someone, if they needed it, had it.
That's what I mean. And he sat up every night chatting. He's helped take the photos. And he sat up every night he's just been there. It's just been a pleasure, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we take for granted. When people come down, they're like, wow, you know, so friendly and it's so pretty. But sometimes when you're down here all the time, all these things seem natural to us. We do take it.
Yeah. And like I say, I fish a lot of venues, and you get a lot of aggro. And the thing is, what I like about it is there's no judgment.
Not at all.
You know, if you haven't got something, or you're doing something wrong, it's pointed out in a polite way.
Yeah.
I mean, like some of the sites and places I've been to, it's so abusive to someone if you haven't got a car mat or you haven't got this. With you, Dave, and the guys, you'll actually educate you. So look, you're not doing anything wrong, but you should have this, and this is how we like it down here. Because your rules are like a raised carp cradle, ideally, and which is a no-brainer. Everyone should have medikits anyway for their carp. I mean, it doesn't hurt to have a carp mat on site as well. So as much as you can, just to protect them, because obviously when you see some of the photos, they're stunning fish, and we don't want them getting damaged just for a lack of knowledge or a lack of care, really. No. But that's it, Dave. So charming. I appreciate you letting me down here.
It's been a pleasure.
There'll be a few more bits and pieces to come. But I say, again, Alcove Syndicate on Facebook. We share a lot on UK angling as well. You can call the guys, message the guys. They respond really quickly and they're ever so friendly. But this is just stage 1 of the lake. I mean, we're talking what, 20-odd year lease?
Oh, as long as I want it.
So it's
a rolling lease. So
yes, Dave's got a rolling lease on here, and I've seen some of the swims. We'll get some photos all later on. We've got a couple of guys down here from Nash fishing with us as well, and I'll try and get some of the photos of the pegs over there. But they're stunning. They're sleepered off. They're wide. They're realistic size. They're all safe. They're not sloping. It's perfect. So Again, thanks, Dave.
You're welcome,
Cheers for
mate.
the interview.
Yes.
And I didn't swear once.
No, neither did I, which is a miracle, trust me. Yeah, no.
Take care.
Thank you.
Hi, so we're here down at the alcove again, and we're with Andy today. He's a field tester, or bait tester for Nash. So he's going to run through just a few of the products that he's got and that he works with, and then his advice on the lake and his views of the lake as well. So Andy, do you want to show us through some of the bits that you have?
Okay, so rig wise, we start with a diffusion leader to a 2-ounce gravel lead, because we know the gravel's out there and it's solid gravel. It's nice to present on.
And will it help sort of reduce the chance of spooking the carp? Will it?
Yeah, I think
a bit more.
I think it just blends into the bottom better, matching the bottom being in the gravel. We know there's gravel out there when we fill the lead down, so we know it's the one.
Because that's a pearl, will that stop it from rolling?
Yeah, flat pair, so we know if it's a bit of a rolling bank, it's going to sit plush, it's not going to roll down into the gully.
And because what sometimes happens, lads, is when that the bomb or lead rolls down, it can actually tangle up your rig, so your rig presentation isn't as good as it could be. So when you're working on a gravel bottom, something like this from Nash or similar products will actually make a big difference, and you know, increase the chance of you actually catching on your day's fishing or evening's fishing.
Okay, so from the lead we have a combi link, which is a coated braid material. And then we would use the fang twister, size 7, ideally, depending on the size of fish you're fishing for. Maybe the optional products are the blowout tube, the hook kickers, and the silicone sleeve if you're fishing lead clips. And then you've got the cultured hook bait, which releases the outside layer, and on the inside layer is quite a tough boilie. You can probably just about see in there. So you put your needle through it and then cover it back up again. And you can fish that with over a bed of boilies or stick mix with the pellets. You make PVA bags or socks, however you like.
And again, Andy, like we mentioned before, with this being so sort of soft, you can actually get the snowman rigs on it if you're cornering it quite nice, and it settles quite well. I mean, with again, I've said this before, with the cheaper baits, I mean, I'm not technical when it comes to bait, but you correct me if I'm wrong, Andy, but when you buy the cheaper bait, when you throw a lead out, and you've got a couple of set up over time, they can get a bit soft. So what can sometimes happen with the force of the flick out, the actual stopping can actually pull through the body, because a couple of times on the soft boardies I've actually brought in, had nothing on where I've whacked it out too hard, but this has got a bit more body to it. It feels a lot tougher, that it will last.
Yeah, it's a solid boilie on the inside layer. Once the outside layer breaks down, it's solid inside, as you say. It's not deteriorating over the bottom. You're not going to put it back in without a boilie on there, and when you cast it, it's not going to come off on the cast, no matter what distance you're casting.
And sometimes when we go carping, you leave it out for 3-4 hours when you've been touching it, and at least you know with that it's going to be slowly breaking down. It can give off a sort of a consistent smell, and it's going to do what it's meant to do.
Yeah, I'm confident to leave that all night and know it's still going to be on there tomorrow and it's presented fine, as long as you cast it out right. It's there.
So Andy, so what's your personal best, my friend?
£40.25, which is a mirror, and best common is about 36.
So and then we said that Kyle caught this weekend as well, a ghost koi.
Yeah,
was it 20?
£20 5 ounces.
And it's quite a linear fish, wasn't it? It's quite long, so it must
spawned
out.
Long
so it must be quite a good fight then.
Yeah, put up a good fight from what I hear.
So we've got some good pictures that will come through with Carl with the carp as well. I mean, Carl normally comes down to chat, but I think he's over there sorting his rods out, so he doesn't want to miss any more chances of a catch before we leave. So what have we got here? Is this
That's the frozen key cray boilies in the 15mm. So bedded them out, fish over stick mix with some pellets in the stick mix. Obviously you've got pop-up options depending on what bottom you're fishing over. You know, can vary up, and you get the glugs as well.
I want to say, at the end of the day, it's been used this weekend, and it's good results. I mean, you've had over a total, I think it's like 6-7 fish in total between you two.
Yeah.
Obviously, the biggest being the koi. But I mean, it's a good syndicate here, so it's a nice water. It's been a little bit slow because of the weather, because we hit quite a bit of a chill the other night.
Yeah, it turned cold. I think it switched them off a bit.
But to be honest, to be catching still, even though we've had a bit of a cold spell with the baits and producing 20s, it's still a good sign.
Yeah,
I mean, it speaks for itself at the end of the day.
Definitely. good results for the weather conditions.
Beautiful. So it's been great speaking with Andy. Obviously, the card is also about summer as well. But so this is one of many videos we're going to do. We're going to help different companies, etc. But we like to talk with Andy because he knows his stuff and he's got the baits and things to show us. So you'll see more videos that are more technical. We'll probably go through some more braids in the future and some more systems that you can do, lead clip systems, different types of leads you can use. Maybe look at the chod side of things as well.
Yeah.
But this is this is a future projects. But again, thank you, Andy. I appreciate you being here.
No problem.
And cheers for talking us through the stuff.
No, thank you for having me.
Beautiful. Cheers. So as the day draws in and the sun comes down, I just want to thank Dave for letting us fish the alcove. It's been a beautiful, beautiful day, beautiful weekend, and we really appreciate the opportunity from UK Angling. And from the guys and girls, what do we say, guys?
Thanks, Dave, for letting us fish the alcove. It was great.
What's good about it, everybody?
Fish.
Who caught the biggest? How big was yours?
No.
What would you say to Dave? So what would you say to Dave?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.